everybody, so new review for you guys today. We're talking about the upcoming Netflix film starring Adam Sandler, Hubie Halloween. So we're right into the swing of things when it comes to Halloween festivities. Next up, we're talking about the latest film from Happy Madison Productions. Obviously, most of you are well aware by now that Happy Madison Productions doesn't have the greatest track record. Whether it stars Adam Sandler or not, it's just a very tough time to watch a lot of these films. But I figured maybe, just maybe, since it's set in Halloween time, maybe it'll be at least somewhat okay. So Hubie Halloween is about Hubie Dubois, who despite his devotion to his hometown of Salem and its Halloween celebration, is a figure for mockery from both kids and adults. But this year, something is going bump in the night, and it's up to Hubie to save Halloween. This definitely feels like Happy Madison Productions is trying to make their own kind of version of Ernest Scared Stupid, which by the way, I really recommend you check that out, especially over this film. It's really good. But this film is just so painfully dull and uninteresting, especially as the majority of the film kind of just has no plot at all. It's more of the same that you get with any of these kind of films. Very dumb, cringy, crude humor. Almost none of it lands and never gets any better as the film goes on. And we're stuck with so many of these very, very obnoxious characters. It's such a shame seeing Adam Sandler go from something so great as his performance in Uncut Gems last year to something so terrible as this, playing once again another man-child. He's by far one of the worst aspects of this film, his performance especially. I mean, this accent he puts on, it's probably one of the worst ones he's ever put on. If I'm being honest, all the times I ever heard him speak in this, all I could think of was he sounds like Swedish Chef from the Muppets, which is, you know, he's okay in small doses, but I don't want a whole film centered around the Swedish Chef. The accent is so terrible at points, I actually kind of recommend you watch this with subtitles on, because there are certain stretches of dialogue where Adam Sandler uses this accent, and he's borderline incomprehensible. I don't know why nobody spoke up and told him that he probably needs to pronounce a lot of these lines better. And as I said earlier, there's really no plot to speak of with this film. I'm checking my watch, and I'm seeing we're over 45-50 minutes into this hour and 40-minute film, and there's really nothing to speak of. All I've seen so far is Hubie go around, get scared by anything and everyone that speaks to him or jumps out at him, and he has a thermos that does a bunch of ridiculous things. It has like a grappling hook, a shovel, a screwdriver, you know, a speaker, anything you name it. It's absurd the amount of things that they use this thing for comedic effect, and for the most part it's not funny at all. And just like with a lot of these Adam Sandler movies, he does employ a lot of his friends. You got Kevin James, Steve Buscemi, Rob Schneider, Tim Meadows, Maya Rudolph, Shaq. I mean, there's some new people in the cast, like Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things and Peyton List from Cobra Kai, but they're all pretty much glorified cameos. None of them really get too much at all, other than maybe Steve Buscemi. I think Steve Buscemi is probably like the only one that kind of actually has a role that's kind of substantial and actually not the worst. I think if anyone at least is okay in this, it's Steve Buscemi. If there's anything I could say that is somewhat positive about this film, it would be just the fact that they do a really good job capturing the atmosphere of Halloween time. I love Halloween time, so I love seeing all of the different costumes and all the crazy spooky stuff they have, and they do a good job with that. All the set design stuff is fine. I mean, that is it though. That is like the only redeeming quality, and it's not worth watching this film just to see that. You can get that kind of stuff in many other spooky movies we've had over the years. This comes to us from the same director as many other Adam Sandler films like Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, The Do-Over, Sandy Wexler, but I really think that this is probably the worst of the bunch. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of any of those movies, although Mr. Deeds is kind of okay, but I really think this is the worst one of them all. There's really almost no redeeming qualities. It's just a snooze fest, and it's just cringy Happy Madison Productions kind of stuff that you're used to. I don't really recommend this movie if it wasn't obvious enough as it is. I think there are many other good things you can watch that are horror movie related, spooky related, Halloween related, other than this film. I'm sure it's going to be quite popular though, just because a lot of these films are quite popular on Netflix, but I wasn't a big fan of it, but maybe you will. I mean, this is just my opinion. Either way though, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. What did you think of Hubie Halloween when you check it out? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And also, what is your favorite or least favorite Happy Madison Productions film? Because there are a lot to choose from, and I'm sure that everyone's going to have completely different answers, and that's what makes it fun, because I like to talk about all things, all that stuff with you guys in the comments down below. Thank you as always for checking my reviews though. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button. We'll keep dating reviews, chill reactions, unboxings, and more for the next time. I'll see you guys later.